Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha, welcome to Culturized. It is me, Makani. Thank you for joining us. We are in the midst of season 9, so which means 9 seasons in kind of tells me you like me, maybe not me, but more so my guests. This is a space that we created to talk and share and learn culture. As we know, culture is just 10 or more people believing and doing and practicing the same things, whether it's ethnic, whether it's social, whether it's native, any of those things. You got 9 friends, and you guys do the same thing. You just created a culture. Now, I'm excited because last season we got to talk about, as adults, it's going to make us sound really old, but we get to talk to the younger millennials and find out. We need to understand them a little bit more. But most importantly, I'm excited today because in front of me, all the way from west of the power plant from Waianae High School, Student Activities Coordinator Janice Uemori, and student body, your president of Waianae High School, Noelani. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you guys for making time, though, by the way, and traveling all the way over here, right? It seems far. So let's get right into the local culture protocols. Hey, what high school you went?
Waianae.
Waianae High School. Where'd you go before that?
Any high school?
No,
or like elementary?
School-wise.
Elementary, I went Miley.
Wow. So you like Waianae, born and raised,
well, actually,
home of the brave.
I was born in Philippines. And
Really?
Then, yeah, I was there for 3 years, and then I came to Waianae. And then that was the rest of the...
How old were you when you came here?
3.
Wow. Do you remember what it was like leaving the Philippines and coming? Did you guys come straight to Waianae? Parents were like, we're going straight to Waianae.
Yeah, straight to
Really?
Waianae.
Did you ever ask him why?
No.
It's
He's a military guy, so
okay.
he was around like Oahu and stuff, but I guess he decided, because he has land there, so that's where we decided to
He's got
go.
land there. So what was it like for you growing up in Waianae?
Coming from Philippines, I was young, so I was able to like adapt a lot. I guess it was hard because I didn't grow up
Right.
there, right? So I don't know like the culture and like the backgrounds and stuff and the customs, and I didn't speak English either.
How long did it take you to like start to turn into a Waianae girl, right? When's the first time you said eh? So did it take you a while? So you went to elementary, and then when did you start to feel like, okay, this is comfortable for me? You remember?
Probably transitioning into high school. So
Yeah?
it took a while. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Which is kind of cool too, because I talked to when Farrington High School student body president was here. Same thing. She said it wasn't until high school she started to transition into feeling comfortable. We're gonna go at it. Hey, what high school you went?
Waipahu.
Waipahu. Look at that. Waipahu. Growing up in Waipahu at the time. So let me preempt it with this, you guys. So when I was in high school, when Dr. Umi Perkins was in high school at Lahaina Luna, Janice Uemori, and it's so weird for me to call you your full name. I would call her Miss Ue. She was my first Nihongo Japanese class teacher. She took care of me as a boarder, all these things. So it's really cool that you're sitting here with me now. But you're currently the student activities coordinator,
Right.
Waipahu High School. When you were in Waipahu, what was it like growing up in Waipahu?
Yeah, just super local, I guess.
So with Japanese background, was there a lot of Japanese culture at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandparents that helped take care of us were actually born here. So I had one set of grandparents who came from Japan and one
nice.
set of grandparents who were born
Well, so
here.
you got the
So I
best
was-
of the
yeah,
local Japanese
yeah.
culture and Nihon Japanese culture.
Yeah.
You know, something I found out. So we had a Cherry Blossom Festival here. Boys' Day is not Boys' Day anymore.
Right.
It's Children's Day.
Right.
But they kept Girls' Day.
Right.
We're going to have to talk to somebody
Right.
about that. So growing up in Waipahu, all these cultural values. But here's something interesting as well that I love about you is you're also a kumuhula.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've how long now have you been? No, when was Uniki for you?
2009.
2009, and you studied hula for years and years.
Right, in college.
With Auntie Lena Ala.
Right.
See, all these cultural things happening. So if you're joining us, we're sitting down with Y&I High School Student Activities Coordinator, Student Body President. Reason why we're here, we just want to talk about the culture of Y&I High School. We know that different high schools have different cultures, although we're from the same island and the same state. Think about those things, other high schools you visited, and the difference of what makes Y&I High School the high school that you want to be at. This is Culturized.
For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit HIFICU.com. Bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive the Star Advertiser Digital Full Access subscription for $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click on subscribe. Use the code AHITHING.
Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha. Welcome back to Culturized. This is me, McCunny. I'm excited sitting with Y&I High School Student Activities Coordinator, Student Body President. Noah, I'm going to throw this at you. Y&I High School, you know, born in the Philippines, moved to Y&I when you were really young. You consider yourself now a Y&I. You are Y&I, right? Going to high school, what makes Y&I High School? We'll go straight to it. What makes it the best school in Oahu?
When you talk about community, I think that's Y&I. You know, we're not like townie, so like there's not a lot of people, so we're just in this area together. I definitely think that people are nicer there, and we're all more like, you know, family orientated there.
How many people in your class?
20. Usually that's normal class size, like around 20.
Total class size. Are you
total class
senior?
size.
You're senior this year.
Yeah, I'm a senior. I think around 300 something.
Really? Oh, that's a
Yeah.
lot. Do you know everybody? That's
majority.
Okay,
I know
that's your
majority.
challenge. You have to know everybody. What did we have? I think we had like 120. And then growing up in Lanai, I think we had like 21 or 22 people in my class. When did you start? Well, what was the first thing you noticed going into Y&I High School? Did you hear a lot of, like, coming from intermediate into high school, what were the crazy things that you heard? Or was there? Because you know a lot of people outside east of the power plant are, oh, Y&I. Everybody's tough over there. Everybody's this. Did you hear those things even growing up in Y&I, going into Y&I High School?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Really?
I think recently, actually, me and my friends from like the other schools, I took them over to the beach down in Y&I, and then the sister called and was like, "Why are you in Y&I? I see your location." And she's like, "You know the kind of people there? They shoot you up and
Really?
stuff." And I was like,
So these, so friends from other schools, that's how they view Y&I.
"Yeah."
Wow.
Yeah, but
What
the
did you
friends that
tell
I
them?
took them there, they were really shocked because they'd never been to that side. They were like, "Wow, Y&I is really like beautiful,
Right.
you know, breathtaking." Because like our football field has like the view of like.
Didn't you guys
the
just
beach
win
and
something
stuff.
for the football field?
We didn't win, but we
No?
were one of, I think, 8 finalists.
Who won that?
Us,
Does anybody know the
amazing.
nicest football
Yeah.
field?
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be Lahaina Luna, but I think you guys were ahead of us. But so that's so. I mean, we hear it. We hear other people's views of Y&I. So what did you tell your friend? What schools were your friends from that you brought over?
One's from Farrington, the other one from a school in Hilo. I don't know what school, and the other one from Roosevelt.
What did you tell them when they were like, oh my gosh, these people in Y&I? What did you tell them that made them think otherwise? Besides physically being beautiful.
I told them like the people isn't that bad. Like take for example me. Like
Take for example, I love it.
yeah, we're not all bad. We're not bad at all, actually.
So once you got into high school, what did it feel like? The same thing, like, oh no, it's not like what everybody said.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like that. I think when I was going into high school, that's when they were showing like, you know, Syrup Productions were creating like videos that was like, you know, breaking the stereotypes and stuff like that. So everybody was like rechanging their mindset on it because I admit like in elementary, like that's why I didn't associate myself like with Y&I even though I grew up here. Because even my parents, they were like, oh yeah, Y&I this and, you know, don't be the stereotype and stuff like that. But
isn't it crazy? It's so I always, you know, I work in Y&I during the day, but it's always funny that at one point, you know, the pride and the that the Y&I has, people forget it turns into defense. Everybody, like when people ask you where you're from, you always say Y after that. I think Augie used to do this joke, Y&I why. Do you do that?
Yeah.
You say, you gotta change that. Everybody from Y&I does that and started to think it's not actually Y&I. The Hawaiian word is Y&I, right? Do you say that, consciously say that because you're going to follow up to someone like, hey, where are you from? Why not? Why? Because you think they're just going to think negatively of you?
Yeah.
So here's your challenge. You got to say, why and I, of course. That's so funny because even now, when you started Y&I, your freshman year, were you already into the leadership role? Did you want to get into it? Really?
Yeah, I think my leadership role started elementary. I was running for student president, the class president. I didn't win, but it was okay. And then intermediate, I was the class president.
Oh, so you already knew what you wanted to do. It's like, okay, everybody's going to say this, but I want to be a leader in my class and community. So I want to fast forward. You brought up Sea Rider Productions. Man, you guys are ahead of the game. When did you start Sea Rider? Freshman year?
No, I was in the intermediate doing JSTV, so the juniors Sea Rider television.
So we're sitting right now, Y&I High School. We're getting the culture of Y&I High School. So a lot of what you may think, those stereotypical thoughts, totally different. Like Noe brought her friends. Friends think totally different of Y&I High School. This is what we do on Culturized.
See Dr. Oda at HEC Medical Clinic Honolulu Specialist in laser weight loss. You can see the change losing 1 to 2 inches instantly. Pacific Spray Wash is Oahu's #1 trusted exterior cleaning service. We deliver a spotless job for all your pressure washing, roof cleaning, house washing, and solar panel cleaning.
Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha, it's me, Makani, sitting down with Y&I High School Student Body President, Student Activities Coordinator, getting an inside look at the culture of Y&I High School. We talked about how other people east of the power plant have this view of Y&I, right? And it's totally not. Like you said, you told your friends, I'm going to bring you to Y&I. Their family was like, oh, crazy, and then they saw it and then they met the people and you totally, which is what is great about you, and I appreciate that about you, that you were like, no, what you heard is what you heard, but this is what you get. This is real. I want to get into Sea Rider Productions, ahead of the game. What did you do in Sea Rider? Because you guys do everything in Sea Rider Productions.
Yeah.
Sea Rider, when did it start? It started like early 2000?
No, about 1995.
Oh, even
96.
before that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So their current, their main teacher or director, John Allen,
That's right,
was at the very beginning of the program. He was a student.
He was a student because we blessed the new build. How's the new space? See, is it
beautiful?
Huge, big.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that because there's something that you guys, I don't know if you guys have it now, but there was talks of you guys having the biggest 3D printer in the city. Yeah, see, she's like, yeah, we do. Sea Rider Productions, ahead of the game, they started doing production, like video and all that.
Yeah, in Candy Suiso's classroom. Right. And she worked to get actually the room that I'm in. That was the first mass media program building. And then they expanded on the other side of campus.
What's one of the you worked on any of the big projects lately? What's the latest project that Sea Rider Production you worked on? Because they went from production, get this guys, high school, video production, this is in the mid 90s now, and you guys do everything from printing t-shirts to banners. What else do you guys do at Sea Rider Production?
The Daily Bulletin, actually recently, our Daily Bulletin won national.
Really?
So, yeah, it was like best in the national, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Is it a printed?
No, it's not live or anything. It's pre-recorded, and then the interviews is like on cams, and then we showcase it the next day.
Really? And you guys do this on a daily basis?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
And you guys, what was the national recognition you guys got?
It was just best national bulletin.
Best national daily bulletin. Yeah. What do you guys do on that?
So everything's already set up. So then we have all the teachers bringing the announcements that they want to announce, and then we say it. Then we say like the weather forecast.
And then
so it's basically
whatever like stuff. A whole daily news report.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what's for lunch?
Yeah, what's for lunch and all that, breakfast, and what's going on this week. So everything's already pre-made. What
was your kuleana in that? What was your responsibility?
Oh, I did a bunch of the on-cams. So they usually use me whenever we have like our spirit weeks. And then so I would do like fun stuff. Like if it's holidays, I dress up and everything, do cool transitions.
So wait, daily bulletins are on screen? What the heck? Remember when we used to do it was just, I'd have this microphone and we do crazy stuff. But A lot of people you say, how'd you get into radio? I said, I was good at daily bulletins. Every day. I know. She's like, every day. It's like, people are like, I don't want to hear you. But yeah, we would talk about who's on cafeteria duty, what's for lunch. I think I remember weather. We would just go outside. And what else would we say? What else do you guys do on daily bulletin that wouldn't be thought of in a school? Like even just on video. What else do you guys talk about? You guys have conversations?
No. It's just straightforward. Just like straightforward. This is all the information.
What if you guys did interviews?
Maybe.
Feature the student of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me giving you ideas already.
They even had guests. Bulletin announcers.
Really?
They bring in teachers.
Oh, yeah.
They've even done it.
I try to get
Can
Miss
I?
Moore to do it.
Yeah, and I don't want to do it.
I want to do one. I want to do like a whole week. Can I do a whole week?
Maybe.
People are like, who's that guy? Whose dad is that? Now, See Writer Productions as well. See, that's what one of the many things that sets Waianae High School apart is See Writer Production. Here's another thing I love about it: T-shirt printing. You guys doing T-shirt printing?
Oh yeah. So how that works, we have a class for specifically digital art, right? And then, so the designs come from the students themselves in that classroom. So if it's like a core class, they do the sticker printing and the T-shirt designs, and they would design it, and then they would make it themselves in our other shop area.
So essentially, you can create a brand.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So
then,
hold that thought. This is, you see, Waianae High School. They're ahead of the game. That's what we're doing. We're talking about the culture of Waianae High School, anything and everything about the West Side as well. That's how we do it on Culturize. You want to comment down below, share us a story about when you were at Waianae High School. This is Culturized.
Long's Drugs is always here for Hawaii, providing your family with local favorites, accessible health and wellness services to keep you safe and healthy. Make Long's a part of your day.
Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha. Welcome back to Culturize. This is me, Makani. I'm so excited. We're getting to learn the culture of Waianae High School. Noelani is here, student body president. Janice Oimori, student activities coordinator. Talking about, now here's one I'm gonna throw to you, Ms. Oi, real fast, is you had me in high school as a student. You have Noelani now as a student. Are there huge differences with students now compared to when we were? Or we have the same problems?
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Same problems.
Same problems. Teenagers.
Only happy if they're complaining about something.
Oh, that's so
right?
funny. Only happy if are you a complainer?
No, she's not.
I like that. That's when you know you're a leader. That's funny. So, only happy if we're complaining about something. Change that up, you guys. Waianae High School, See Writer Productions. What else sets you guys apart at Waianae High School? What else do you guys do that you guys can think of that makes you different from any other high school?
I guess the fact that we're prideful, definitely. I feel like out of like all of the Hawaiian Islands, I feel like Waianae is the most prideful place. Like we're just super passionate, especially from like where we're from. Because
Waianae, of course, largest population of Native Hawaiians. Which means the school is going to be filled with Native Hawaiians. But the beauty of it is everybody's together, like you said. I like that, the whole communal thing. As you move on, what are you going to do after high school?
I'm going to go to Manoa. I'm going to be majoring in social science, specifically social work.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah.
There you go. Master's in social work.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have to come back to Waianae Coast Comprehensive and work with me over there.
Yeah.
Or would you want to go away?
Maybe. We'll see where it takes.
So that's another question about, so Waianae High School. Dr. Umi and I were talking about when we were in high school, 5% of our class of 120 went on to university. What's the percentage for Waianae?
I couldn't see. I'm not sure.
How many of your friends are planning to go on to college?
Oh, many of us. Yeah. I feel like a majority of us are thinking about Manoa because it's cheaper, and then going on after that to the mainland schools. But a bunch of us are going there.
Is your plan to go to mainland schools too, or just you?
Maybe afterwards.
Nice. Yeah. Because we always talk about this. We always think about, high school kids say, it's going to make us sound really old. You're in there, so you understand them. If you had to explain to me the culture of the millennial today, what are things that you would, because what would you tell me? You need to understand this about us. Like what are things your parents look at you and go, what are you doing that for? Right? Like because we talked about this before. So millennials are what age? You knew it.
Gen Z is like 23, 24.
Gen Z is 23, 24. We're Gen X. And then so you guys are, and it's totally different. So, and you know what a typewriter is?
Yeah. I've only seen it in movies.
I've only seen it in movies. Oh my God. That's
Gen Z, 11 to 26.
11 to 26 is Gen Z.
So that's...
And then so you're how old?
I'm 17.
Wow. Okay. So think about these things. Again, Waianae High School, the culture of Waianae High School, things that people wouldn't know. We already talked about it. They're very prideful, the community. The sports. What sports do you have at Waianae?
We got football, we got volleyball, tennis, swimming. But swimming, like, we have the swimming team, and then they have to go to, like, Mililani.
Oh, that's right, because they took away the swimming pool.
Yeah. Right.
That's right, because
for the new Sea Rider production.
For the new, oh man, and what was that? Oh, I can imagine Ryan Kahaliomi. he was coaching swimming at the time. So you got all these sports. Here's something we were working on, and those of you that are watching and maybe involved with, what is it, HHSAA? How brilliant would it be to have Makahiki games, right? Because there's a lot of students that that don't do traditional, football, baseball, all that stuff. Can you imagine if Makahiki games were organized just like those other games?
Well, we're looking for next year. We're looking at the PE department making Makahiki part of their curriculum.
See,
we just had that conversation.
Yeah, her and I had this Janice and I had this conversation about that. We should start, PE, dodgeball, kickball, all that stuff. Do me a favor. Head on over to the extended version on YouTube if you're watching on network, if you're on the podcast, because we're going to continue. Can I keep you guys here for a little while? Mahalo for making time, coming all the way from Waianae. But let's talk a little bit more about the culture of Waianae High School right here on Culturized. Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha, this is me, Makani. Welcome to the exclusive extended version on YouTube. Waianae High School in the house. We are sitting with Noelani, Student Body President, Janice Uemori, Student Activities Coordinator. Getting to know high schools, especially as Makua, as adults, we like to know what these Gen Zers and these millennials think sometimes, because sometimes you just look at them and go, what are you guys doing? I like that you shared so much about Waianae that people don't realize. So we talk about, there's all these negative stereotypes. Waianae is dangerous. What other things did your friends say? Waianae is dangerous. They shoot people over there. Mm-hmm. All those things. But once you're in Waianae, totally not true. Totally different, right? We talked about the environment. Obviously, it's beautiful. The people, they're prideful. The community. All those things about Waianae High School, what sets them apart. Sea Rider Productions. And we're talking about this new... it's weird to say a new thing. We're talking about the new Makahiki thing. So what was it? It was before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic.
Ms. Uwe and I sat down, Janice and I sat down, and we were talking about Makahiki, and I truly believe Waianae should be the birthplace of that. I mean, Molokai, yes, right? But can you imagine if you're a non-athlete, athlete meaning football, baseball, all those, now you have all these other people who want to play games, and it's organized. So is PE eventually going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we just talked to the PE department, and because we had a Spirit Week where we had Makahiki in it, and it was just games, every day a different game. And then they approached us to see if there was any way that they could help, they could promote Makahiki. So they're agreeing to do in PE a 1 or 2 week Makahiki.
I like it.
Unit, and then if we could create for now a Makahiki club, then kids then it would be something that's organized, not just a random, because it's not a sport, so it's not with OIA. So we'd have to find another way. And so, if the kids go through PE and then say, hey, I kind of enjoyed that. Even if they don't do all the games, right? If they just like doing track and you have different.
Because I was just going to say, how do you get to the point where you convince not only OIA, but now you have to convince the Hawaii High School State Athletic Association, hey, Makahiki Games is a sport, or there are sports, and we can look at the kids that don't have it. So there's your challenge before you leave Waianae, is to have that conversation start and say, can you imagine you send a team of Makahiki athletes to Molokai for the have you ever played Makahiki Games?
I'm not good at it.
You're not good. You will be good at it. You got to go. Because remember the time we did it? Here's a funny thing. When we first did it, everybody's like, Makahiki Games. And remember, I think I was telling the teachers, the other two, I said, give it a few minutes and you're going to start to see the competition happen. Nobody wanted to stop. Just ulu. Right. What did we do? Ulu Maika. I think we did Moapahe and Konane.
Right.
And
we did it with the teachers because it was a
That's right. That's right. And they just loved it. And they were just like, no, we want to keep doing this. So that's your challenge. Makahiki Games as official sports in the OIA or HHSA. Because come on, you're a leader now. All right. Tell us a little bit more about Waianae High School if we're going to put you on the spot and you had to do a speech in front of the whole entire state. And they said, tell me about Waianae High School. What would you say?
Waianae High School is a really great school. I feel like what really brings up Waianae High School is our teachers. I think we have a really great supportive teachers there. Especially like with the big programs. I'm so fortunate to have like Miss Imori as my advisor from Student Union, and then from the other side of the campus I have John Allen as my my advisor for that. So that's my pathways. We have a bunch of pathways for all the students. So like whatever the students their career pathways are, we have like whatever there is to abide or
nice.
Give to them.
So Waianae High School, like I said, sets apart. People will think something, but whatever you want to do in the world in your adult life, you have an avenue to do that and teachers to do that. Of all your friends that you have now in Sea Rider Productions, are any of them going to stay in that realm of production, video, all that? Yeah. So they can come work for us. We need camera people, right? Ruben's busy. He needs some people. Come on, Sea Rider Productions. What else would you tell people about Waianae itself?
One of the stereotypes we have is that we're not educated, but I feel like the adults and even the students and the community itself really value that. So there's a lot of opportunities for community college and other opportunities like clubs and stuff and programs that they're creating for students.
I like that. Here's a question: is there huge competition with Nanakuli and Waianae High School?
Sports-wise, yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Because I always say it's weird, right? Because in order for you to go home to Maili or Waianae, you got to pass through Nanakuli, right? What is the head-to-head sports? What is the rivalry with Nanakuli High School? Is it football?
Oh, I think football, but I think Nanakuli gets football. They got football in the bag.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What sport right now is Waianae dominating? What's the top
paddling? Paddling has been doing so good. Championships after championships, they were.
Is that now? Is that part of HSSA?
Yeah.
It is nice because I remember even back in our high school days. Remember Kim Ball, our wrestling coach, tried to get surfing a part of. I don't even know if that is now. So you guys are dominating in paddling. What else is there that you guys are dominating in?
I think volleyball. Volleyball won something recently.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
It's been publicized and stuff.
And softball. They're doing well, girls softball.
You see that? So Waianae High School, thank you, Noi. Thank you, Janice, for hanging out with us. I want you guys to do me a favor. Comment down below. You have any great Waianae High School stories, good ones. Keep those other ones to yourself. Changing your thoughts and your stereotypes of Waianae High School. They're always ahead of the game. Thank you guys for being here. That's what we do on Culturized.
Don't miss Hawaii's favorite local shows. Get your house in order with Yunji Denise. It's a Hawaii Thing with Lanai and Brooke Lee. Culturize with Makani. The Art of Beer with Tim Golden, Daniel Bruce, and David Power. Visit wikiocast.com for full episodes.